Hey guys, it's Danielle, and today I'll be doing a small discussion on how I got into medical school. So, I think you should have an idea that you want to pursue a career in the medical field from, I would say, at least secondary school for people in the Caribbean around the time when you're going to be choosing your subjects for CXC. And I say that because based on the subjects that you do for CXC, that will determine whether or not you'll be able to get the subjects that you want to do in college to then help you to get into medical school. So basically, the subjects that you will need specifically to get into medical school will be the science subjects. So that would be biology, chemistry, physics, also mathematics, right? And you also want to do well in English as well. So once you're in secondary school, you should try to focus on your science subjects. If you know you're a bit weak in either one of them, you should try to spend some extra time trying to understand the concepts. Go to your teacher, ask them to explain stuff to you, do past papers, practice questions so that you get a good grade in CXC. And then once you get into college, you do the same thing. You try your best to get good grades, to do well, because when it's time for you to apply for a scholarship, they actually do look at your grades and how well you do. So it's important for you to really put a lot of effort into doing your best, to putting your best foot forward. And one way to do that is to focus on your weak areas. So if you know there's a particular topic in biology or a particular topic in chemistry that you're not so good at, you spend extra time studying that topic so that you will be able to get a better overall grade in that subject. So in college, basically you should do biology, chemistry, and either mathematics or physics. So for me, while I was in college, I went to the scholarship desk to find out what scholarships they have to offer in the medical field. Because I always wanted to go into the medical field. Initially, I was thinking of going into nursing because the truth be told, I didn't think I was smart enough to make it through medical school. But after having the support and encouragement from my family, from friends, from my church family, everyone believed in me and everyone told me that I could do it. I decided that, you know what, I really do love medicine and, I'm going to try my best and stop doubting myself, and I should believe in myself the same way how everyone else around me believed in me. And so I decided to go to the scholarship desk to find out what scholarships they were offering for medicine. And they told me both about the scholarship to study at SGU, St. George's University, and also Cuba. So at that time, I preferred the SGU scholarship because it was full tuition. They covered all your tuition expenses. And in addition, it's less years, right? So I went there, I found out about it, and then once I had completed college and I had passed my subjects for CAPE, the Advanced Proficiency Examination, then I went ahead and I applied for SGU, and I also applied for the government scholarship. So the decision going into SGU, it was not an easy one because I initially wanted to work first so that I could have a little savings before I went ahead to pursue a medical degree. But then after speaking to my parents about it, they encouraged me to just continue chasing my dreams and to not to worry about the finances, and that sometimes it's better to just achieve everything you want to achieve first and then settle down and work, because sometimes when you settle down to work you might end up settling down with a family, and then it becomes more difficult for you now to pursue your dreams. So I decided that, I would listen to their advice, and straight out of college I applied to SGU, and I also applied for the government scholarship. So the application process for SGU was an online application, and you had to submit 2 essays. So one essay is about yourself, and one essay is about what you think can improve the healthcare system in your country. Right, so I did that. You have to fill out, of course, an application form. You have to have 2 letters of recommendation. You have to bring in all your diplomas and also your award certificates. So I did all of that, and then at the end of it, you have an interview where they would basically ask you questions to get to know you better. And so at the same time, it's also good, even though you're focused on school, to also be involved in extracurricular activities, because universities and even workplaces tend to prefer people who are well-rounded and who are not only focused on academics, but who can also focus on other things and can balance more than one thing at the same time. So it's good to have extracurricular activities, because they usually ask you about those on interviews. So I did my interview, and then I eventually got accepted into SGU. And once I got accepted into SGU, I was able to complete my application for the government scholarship, because part of that application requires you to have your acceptance letter. So once I brought in my acceptance letter, I got called in for my interview now for my scholarship about a week later, and then I did that interview as well, and then I got through the scholarship. So at that time, when I finished college, because I did 2 years of college and I did CAPE as well, and I had CAPE in biology, chemistry, and mathematics, I was able to get into 3rd year of the pre-medical program. So pre-med is 3 years at SGU, and I got into 3rd year, so I only did 1 year of pre-med. And once you do pre-med, you roll over automatically into the medical program, which is 4 years. Now, for people who decide that they don't want to do pre-med and they want to get a biology bachelor's degree, they have to then apply for medical school after they have completed that degree. If you go into college, I think the degree, the length is short, and I just have to do 1.5 years to 2 years. Whereas if you didn't go to college, you might have to do 3 years to get that degree. I recommend that you go the pre-med route, because in addition, once you do pre-med and after your first 2 years of medical school, you can still get that bachelor's degree. You just have to basically sign up for it, and you can still get that degree from doing 1 year of pre-med and 2 years of medical school. So I would recommend that you go the pre-med route once you know for sure that you want to go into medicine. And once you're in medical school, you have to remain focused, because it's not an easy journey. There's a lot of material being thrown to you, and you have a short period of time to learn it. So you have to have a schedule. You have to know what studying methods work for you, and you have to study every day. You have to study smart. You have to also give yourself breaks. If you study well in groups, you try to join groups of people that are focused and that are trying to achieve the same thing as you, and you study with them. And I think once you are determined and you are hardworking and you put your all into it, you're going to be successful. So if you want to do medicine, go for it, and go for it because of the love of medicine and not because of other reasons. Because at the end of it, after you have completed medical school and you're actually doing the job, you would realize that if you don't really love it, it's going to be harder for you. So go into medicine because you love it. So thanks for watching.